We're officially the 1%. Remember the 13 episode rule?
We're there now.
This is episode 14. Yep.
So we're now part of the 1%, right?
1%ers.
Easy. We were born in the 1%. All right. I'm loading it up on my end. I'm live right now, by the way.
Okay.
But I'll give you a second. I'm going to let it sink in for the people that were part of the 1%.
All right, I'm good. I'm live.
All right, player. We'll send this in. Send us in, big dog.
All right, there we are. Welcome in, everybody. Gentlemen's Code episode 1414. Officially part of the 1% club. 99% of podcasts don't make it past episode 13 because people are lazy. People don't want to put the work in.
They're cowards. They think nobody cares about what they want to talk about, which is true for most of you. Nobody cares.
Most people, yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
For most of you, I understand why you're not in the 1% because you say dumb shit for an hour, so nobody's gonna listen to it.
Yeah, like that Hawk Tua girl podcast. She ain't gonna make it to 14 episodes.
Hawk Tua, yeah, I'm shocked that she still has a podcast going. I saw on Twitter a guy quote tweeted one of her tweets from her podcast that said, "Hawk Tua girl reveals her boyfriend live," and some guy quote tweeted and said, "Who actually gives a fuck? How is Hawk Tua girl still a personality on the internet? All this girl did was, yeah, go ahead."
Yeah, you're right. All she did was go hook two on that thing.
Yeah, the most degenerate, just disgusting act I've ever seen in my life. Just not a. I wouldn't necessarily call her a fine female.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure her boyfriend's so proud to go on her podcast too. I'm sure he's dying to get on it.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. My girlfriend's the girl who, when asked live on an interview, "What would you do to do that?" I'd go and start talking about sucking dick. Yeah, that's my very classy. What a wifeable female. She sounds fantastic. So,
Well, I'll give her some credit because she jumped on the 15 minutes of fame like super quick and probably got way more out of it than like a normal person would have.
right,
So it's like she's really squeezing. She's really trying to squeeze it to 20 minutes of fame.
for sure. Now the question is whenever that fame and that money goes away, what exactly is she gonna do? Because she can't go back to the workplace. Now she got to go back into the workforce, and people are looking at her like, "Oh, that's a dick sucking girl. That's the hot." Yeah, she got to figure it out now. Oh, all right. You want to give us a quick intro?
Yeah. So, Gentlemen's Code episode 14. We're here Wednesday, November 13th. A week past the election, we've seen some crazy stuff. I'm sure we're going to touch on a lot of it, but we've seen the markets run up to all-time highs. So, just a little foreshadow to what we could possibly talk about today.
Yep.
And just going to plug the Taylor's Code. Just guys, check into the community, check out the Taylor's Code. I was actually on TikTok live last night. And on my personal account, I went live. I did half on the crypto merch store and then half on my personal account. And I was just talking crypto, talking about the markets, and had a bunch of people DM me after the show that wanted to get involved with the community. So I just sent the link to them via TikTok DM. So if you guys aren't in the community, check out the link in our bios and join up. Just check out what we got going on. There are a lot of ways to make money and connecting with people all around the world.
Absolutely huge, and something that people are gonna want to know about now, especially because the hype is coming back around it. Of course, as soon as Bitcoin goes into price discovery, people start downloading their Coinbase wallets again, setting up their Coinbase or downloading the Coinbase app. People want to know how to make money in crypto, and that's exactly one of the main things that we do and teach inside of the Taylor's Code is not only how to open up wallets, get onto the blockchain, buy different types of tokens, etc., but also giving you plays in terms of what to invest into this bull run so you can make as much money as humanly possible. Now, in any bull run type of environment, most things are going to go up eventually, but the idea is to pick the outperformers, pick the things that are going to give you generational wealth, put you in positions where you can quit your job, start a new business, take time off, put you in a position of power where you have a lot of money. So get inside the Taylor's Code quickly because 6 months from now, 8 months from now, 10 months from now, a lot of that opportunity is going to be gone. But right now, while things are just starting to heat up, this is when you start positioning yourself. You want to become a part of a group, a community who actually knows what they're doing inside of the markets, so you can ride our tailwinds as opposed to trying to figure it out by yourself, which is not going to be a great strategy considering you're going to be competing with seasoned traders who've been in the market for multiple years, right? Trading is a competition. For you to make money, somebody else has got to lose money. So better to partner with people who know what the hell that they're doing as opposed to trying to figure this shit out by yourself.
100%. And I think, just touching on the first topic, because it was something I was talking about yesterday, and I want to get your opinion on this and see what you think. So yesterday, well, actually Monday, it crossed my mind. I was just online doing, just working, same as usual, and was talking to someone, and they're like, "Well, what's your prediction for what the market does this week?" This was after the big run up last week, right? I'm like, well, if you think about it, this was Monday, Veterans Day. I'm like, if you think about it, the Wall Street guys haven't been even in Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Veterans Day. So I was like, well, what do you think the Wall Street guys are going to do? The Wall Street guys aren't dumb, first of all. So I didn't think they were going to get in and buy Bitcoin at 89,000, right? Because they're not in the business of buying at the top. That's not what they do. What the Wall Street guys are going to do, they're going to find a way to manipulate the markets, push it down a little bit and then buy in and start seeing another rally. So that's kind of what we saw yesterday, Tuesday,
Mm-hmm.
was you saw Bitcoin was at like 89,000 on Monday night. And then by Tuesday morning at 10 a.m., it was already back down to like 85, 80, high 84. So the Bitcoin, the Wall Street guys were already kind of getting into it, getting into the action. And then you saw it rally even yesterday afternoon. I think it even broke the 90,000 mark at the end of yesterday. So it actually, I kind of called it perfectly. Wall Street was going to come in, they were going to push the market down a little bit, and I believe you touched on this as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then they were going to buy back in, and you're going to see another rally. So interesting to see how it plays out for the rest of the week, since the Wall Street guys ended up getting back in yesterday, and you saw the ETFs had like 15 billion in influxes or something crazy, a
Yeah.
crazy number like that. So it's going to be an interesting rest of the week to see what happens, because I think we will kind of consolidate here for a week or so,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's blast off again. So that was just something I saw and I called that I thought was interesting.
Yeah, exactly. And that's something that anybody who's new to the markets aren't going to understand something like that. So if you're with myself, Bobby, Logan, these other guys that are in the markets 24/7 looking at charts, understanding how the markets are manipulated, you would have known something like that would happen. You could have bought in today or yesterday whenever everything was suppressed with Wall Street and gotten yourself a nice position. But yeah, that's exactly what happened. All weekend, they can't manipulate the markets because the markets are closed for them. Everybody's buying Bitcoin. Countries are buying Bitcoin. Companies are buying Bitcoin. Pumping, 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 pumping. Wall Street comes in on Tuesday. They're pissed. They said, all right, nuke it real quick. They nuked it, knocked out a bunch of leverage traders too who, tried longing literally the top of that pump. Nuked out leverage traders, got themselves a nice position. If you look at the Bitcoin chart on the hourly, you literally see how it hits 90. They nuke it back down to like
Yeah.
86, goes back to 90, nuke it back down, buy in, and that's what they're doing. They're accumulating at that low end of that little range that they created. So yeah, it's just market manipulation. So if you understand how that works, then you can position yourself in a way where you're going to get the maximum return on your investment. You don't want to be buying the fucking tops of everything. You want to be buying where Wall Street and these other companies are buying at. So yeah, crypto. I mean, yeah, let's talk about that a little bit, because last time we talked was the day after the election, which was fantastic. So now you see, we've been talking about this. We literally talked about this for weeks. After a presidential election, historically, markets always rip. Okay, so that's true. In the long term, the markets are always going to rip regardless of Democrat or Republican. This time specifically, though, and we said this, it was more bullish if Trump wins. Why? What's the catalyst? Because Trump is actually a bullish for crypto. In previous elections, crypto was not a topic of a discussion. It was not an issue that people cared about. People didn't know about regulations. They didn't know what the future of crypto would be. This election, for the first time, it became a priority, or it became a topic for a candidate. Trump was bullish on it. Trump wants prosperity. Trump wants deregulation. Trump wants people to be able to make money. He wins, and you saw how much the markets favored that. As soon as he wins, Bitcoin went from like $69,000, $68,000 up to $90,000.
Crazy.
Stupid.
I didn't
Stupid
think we
pump.
would see that high of a pump that quickly. I thought it was going to be more of a steady increase, but you really saw how Wall Street and those big companies favored, Trump winning and took that into consideration when buying all these assets.
Yeah. And that's why now I realize it. It's funny because Logan made a good point on yesterday's stream on Wednesday. He said, because I was talking about how I didn't vote in 2016, I didn't vote in 2020 because I didn't care. And I'd never been into politics. I never cared about Republican, Democrat, never been even registered to vote. And I go, but this year, I was all in. I needed to vote. And Logan goes, well, yeah, that's because you have money now. And I go, oh, yeah, that's actually true.
For
So
sure.
who you vote for, it does affect your life, right? For me, it affected my life. Trump wins, I double tripled my net worth. That's a big deal based off of who won the election. So it matters. Yeah, go ahead.
So yeah, just another point on kind of the larger scope of crypto and the 4-year cycle and the election. So every 4 years, people that aren't in the United States, we have a presidential election. Everybody knows this, but also the Bitcoin halving is
Mm-hmm.
every 4 years as well. So it just happens to be like a perfect storm that the Bitcoin halving is the same, season as the election. So I think the Bitcoin halving was back in July or August, July. And
Bitcoin halving was in March, I believe, of
oh,
this
was
year.
it? Was it that early?
Yeah, it was March. It was like March or April.
Time's flying. But anyway, so it just happens to be the same year. So Bitcoin halving goes by, a couple months go by, demand, strickens. There's not as much Bitcoin out there for sale.
Mm-hmm.
So it's basic supply and demand. Once people see that Trump is going to come into office as a pro-Bitcoin president, supply is going down, demand is going up. So what's that going to do? That's just going to naturally increase the price. And you're going to see this every 4 years for the foreseeable future, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
Bitcoin halvings are going to keep happening, and until they don't happen, which I believe is like 2040 something,
Mm-hmm.
until there's no Bitcoin left. And then what's it going to do from there when there's literally no more Bitcoins to be mined? The price has to go up because it's just basic supply and demand because it's the internet gold because people are going
Exactly.
to want it for the foreseeable future. So where I was getting to is somebody was asking me like when to sell their Bitcoin. I was like, I don't you don't have to sell it. I mean, you could sell it and try to get the top of this upcoming season of this cycle, but then it's going to drop back down. But I don't think it's going to be as drastic of a pullback as we've seen in the past, just because of all the institutional money, big companies coming in, Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, MicroStrategy, like all these companies are buying it up, buying it up. So if you have some, hold on to it because you can't risk selling the top, buying back in at a lower price, and then you miss it, and then you're buying back in at a higher price anyway. So
Right.
that's just my opinion.
That's a great point. And this is the first cycle ever. And, I don't want to be the guy that's this time is different. But no, this time is different. This is the first time that we're able to get into the market before a top on Bitcoin with institutional money now, and then mitigate and mute the downside afterwards because now that institutional money is in the market, it's going to be less volatile to the downside. So we're going to have the biggest pump that we've ever had because we have the most liquidity now with the least amount of downside afterwards, which is nuts if that makes sense because of how much
Yeah.
money's coming into it. And these guys aren't going to jeet their bags like normal people did, 4 years ago, 8 years ago. So it's actually outrageous the opportunity right now. So it is different in that sense. And then you have to also understand that Bitcoin is going to be a store of value for moving forward. I was looking at total market caps for assets in the world, and the number one asset, I don't know if you know what it is. Do you know what the number one market cap asset is?
It's Apple,
It's gold.
gold,
Gold.
Apple number 2 or 3.
Apple is, I believe, four because it goes gold, and I believe something else, and then Nvidia, or it might be gold then Nvidia,
Oh
and
yeah,
then
Nvidia.
Apple. Yeah, Nvidia passed up Apple for the largest stock.
Actually, I had a screenshot of it. I believe I sent. Did I send that picture into our group? There was a pic. Some when Bitcoin flipped, whatever number 9 was. Okay, yeah, I have it right here. So I have this one says gold, Nvidia, Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Google, silver, Saudi America, and then Bitcoin.
There it is. So yeah, so it is Bitcoin and then Nvidia, right? Or not
Gold,
Bitcoin,
gold,
gold,
gold, then
gold, gold.
Nvidia.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So yeah,
So the point I was making is that gold if I'm not mistaken, is a 14-15 trillion dollar asset. Okay, so 14 trillion dollars. The next largest market cap asset is Nvidia at about 3.8, I believe, 3.8 trillion.
Yep.
So think about that. Just from gold to Nvidia is a 5x, 5x in terms of market cap. Gold or and Bitcoin. So the point is now, what's Bitcoin? People have been talking about this. Bitcoin is now the new gold. It's digital gold. That's what it's going to be adopted as. And people, I saw this even 5, 10, 6 years ago. I saw that this would be the next gold because it just makes sense. Bitcoin is a store of value just like gold, except it's digital. So you don't need space to hold it, right? Gold, you need the physical object, right? Just think about how simple and easy it is to just store your value in a Bitcoin. It doesn't take up any space. It doesn't take up any real estate. Makes more sense. And it's encrypted. So the point I was going to make is now Bitcoin's only $1.7 trillion market cap right now. 1.7. So it's a 15, 13, 12 and a half X from what gold is right now. Bitcoin will eventually flip gold, right?
For sure. I agree.
So that means you have another 15x over time on Bitcoin. You don't sell your Bitcoin. What you use these market cycles for, when me and Bobby are invested in all these altcoins and meme coins that are going to run 10, 15, 30, 50, 100x, which aren't exaggerations, by the end of this bull run, what you do is once you sell all of your altcoins for all that profit, those millions of dollars that you made on this bull run, you sell all that into Bitcoin, and then you just hold your Bitcoin. You don't sell your Bitcoin. Your Bitcoin is going to be a store of value moving forward. You don't want to sell your Bitcoin into fiat currency. No, fiat's dog shit. You earn fiat to put it into Bitcoin or put it into meme coins so you can appreciate them. But yeah, Bitcoin, you hold that shit. Moving forward, you hold that shit.
So here's a difference too, and why I'm even more bullish on Bitcoin than gold is what do you buy gold in? You buy gold in ounces usually, right? What does an ounce of gold go for? Is it like, I don't know, $20 or something like that? I don't know the exact price of it.
I think it's $2,600 for, I don't know what the metric is.
Like a is it like a bar, like a kilo of gold or something like that?
Kilo. It's like a fucking cocaine. It's
So
ounces. It is ounces.
ounces.
Yeah. So
What's
20,
an ounce of gold go for?
I believe it's $2,600.
Oh, okay. So so people when they do buy gold, right? When they invest in gold, they'll buy it by the gram, by the ounce, which usually gives you a set price in 1 gram or 1 ounce or whatever it is, right? But the thing with Bitcoin that makes it different is you could buy fractional shares of Bitcoin. You don't have to just buy one Bitcoin or buy a half a Bitcoin, right? You could buy 0.0001 Bitcoin for $20, right? So that's really more favorable to lower class citizens who don't have $90,000 to buy one Bitcoin or have $2,700 to buy an ounce of gold, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
what are they going to do? You're going to buy a little piece of gold this big for what? You'll lose it in 3 days.
Right.
So having fractional shares of Bitcoin that you could just chip away at over time and just keep building it up and building it up is way more favorable to the whole population as to someone who's just trying to buy a little ounce of gold or a little nugget of gold that's like you could barely see. It's way more bullish.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Yeah. Me personally, we talked about this before. I appreciate and like the fact that something doesn't take up real estate. So, literal real estate, I'm not super into it personally because, again, it's until you have hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars or multi-millions of dollars and you can just buy up apartment complexes, have a property management company, have everything automated with your real estate. I don't personally see the reason to buy a house and get a mortgage. If you're going to buy a house and get a mortgage on it and just live in it as a family, I think that's stupid, me personally. And so until you can have that type of stuff on autopilot, I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to deal with the house. I don't want to deal with tenants. I don't want to deal with the property. I don't want to deal with maintenance. I don't want to deal with property taxes. How about even better than that house, something that's going to appreciate even more than that house? I just buy Bitcoin, which is just code on a computer that takes up no real estate, no taxes, no people to manage it. It's in a wallet. I know where it's at. I don't have to worry about it. And then it's going to appreciate 2, 3, 4x. It's like I would rather own that.
Hmm.
It just makes sense. And then the ease to be able to transfer it, the liquidity of it. A home isn't liquid. That's the other thing with houses and all these properties. Unless you have a rental property, a massive, apartment complexes that's generating a cash flow, people who just buy a house and have a mortgage and just live there, it's not even liquid. It's yeah, you have it for 20, 30 years, but it's not liquid. What if you want to liquidate it? What if you want to change it into something else? What if you want to, you know, sell $100,000 of Bitcoin or pay somebody $100,000 of Bitcoin? It takes you 2 seconds to send the transaction. Boom, 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 boom. They got it 30 minutes later. So even the liquidity of it just makes more sense.
Yeah, because then you got to hire a real estate agent, you got to pay for marketing, and then you got to actually sell it, find a buyer, pay for processing fees once they buy it, and then you got to move out, load the truck. It's not liquid. There's a lot of fees. We've talked about this before that go along with real estate.
Yeah, it's not simple. Crypto, I pay people in the UK in crypto. I pay people in India, Bangladesh. What was the one country she was from? I forget what country. Yemen, right? Brazil. So I'm paying these people that work for me in crypto and sending it all around the world for no fees and instant transactions. If I want to send that same amount of money on PayPal, guess how much the fucking fees are? $100, $50 conversion fee, just destroy you. If you want to send a wire transfer, I've talked about this before too. I want to send a wire transfer to Kraken or Coinbase, which I've done before, to buy crypto. I have to send, I'll send $25,000, $30,000 to one of the exchanges. Boom, because I'm trying to buy something before it pumps. I'm trying to get some money into the market. I got to pay fees for the wire transfer. I have to pay fees to the bank. I have to pay fees to the exchange. Then the money's not even available for 1 to 3 days while the bank is sending the wire transfer. I got to fill out all these numbers and da 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 da. If I want to send $25,000 of fucking Ethereum right now, load up the wallet, put in the wallet address, boom, 25 grand sent. There you have it now. Like it just makes more sense. People, how do you not understand that this is where everything's going? Like the normal banking system is stupid. It's slow. They don't even do it on the weekends. They can't send it on business days. Like if I send a wire transfer on Saturday, I won't see it into my exchange until fucking Thursday.
You can't even do it past 5 o'clock. They close at 5 o'clock.
Yeah,
Normal people that work till 5 o'clock, they can't even go to the bank.
yeah. It doesn't even make sense. It doesn't make sense. So this is what you have to understand is this is the gentleman's code, right? You want to be a gentleman, you want to be successful, you want to make money. Look at these things and say, this is where the opportunity is at. This makes sense. Where are their issues? Where are their problems? Where are their flaws in the system? Great. How can we go ahead and improve upon that? Or what technology exists that does improve upon that? Guess what? It's crypto. So maybe you should own a little bit of it instead of being afraid of it.
100%. Well, yeah, we did. We've been harping on it. We've been pounding it into people's brains, and if they don't want to listen by now, I mean, we can't help you, but
Right. We can
we're
only
gonna continue to get in.
Yeah, we can only spoon feed you generational wealth so much. I mean, if you don't want to listen, it's your fucking fault, player. I don't feel bad for you. So, okay. Now we got to talk about DOGE. Okay. So what are your thoughts on Trump making the official announcement for Elon and Vivek Ramaswamy, two heroes?
Yeah. So it's gonna be so interesting because we saw what Elon did with the company X, or formerly Twitter, went in and fired 80% of the employees not needed,
Yep.
and basically kind of turned the company around to almost being profitable. I don't know what their exact numbers are these days, but cutting all that waste, cutting everything out, and some of the things that they were already saying they were going to do with the Department of Education, all these ridiculous regulations that they're putting on schools, and you have to teach this, you have to teach that. They're going to just start cutting people that aren't needed. And I guarantee you there's so many people in the government that their jobs are just to make people's lives harder. For like in the Rogan interview where Trump was talking about environmentalism and all that stuff. So there's so many different areas in which the government is just spending money recklessly that's going to get cleaned up. And I'm excited because now you have two businessmen. Elon, a pioneer, has created over 10 businesses that are worth billions of dollars. PayPal. He's a founder in OpenAI, and I don't even have to ramble on. But Vivek too, he's also a businessman
Yep.
that people might not understand. But now these two are gonna be at the head of this thing, and I'm excited because Trump said it's gonna their roles are gonna be up by July 4th of 2026. So that's only like once they get into office, like a year and a half, basically. So they're really gonna put their foot down for a year and a half and do everything they could. And we'll see what happens. We'll see how much. And they said everything's gonna be transparent too. So you're gonna see what departments were spending what, and now they're gonna cut that department. So we'll see what happens. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, it's huge. And again, it makes me more and more excited and bullish for this administration because, again, Trump won the House, they won the Senate, and then Trump won the presidency. So they're actually going to be able to get things through and approved through the Senate. And you see they're actually making an attempt at real change. You see it really happening. And I think the reason he's going so balls to the wall this time, Trump, is he knows he can't get he can't get reelected. This is his
Mhm.
last 4 years. So whatever he does, it doesn't matter because no matter how much people hate him or get mad at him or the establishment, how much they try to push back or try to kill him, he's not going to be able to run again. So he's saying, all right, this is it. Let's go to fucking work, gentlemen. So he appoints Vivek for the heads of the DOGE. He literally called it Doge in the official paperwork, which is fantastic. Talk about being bullish on crypto. So, so the Department of Government Efficiency. Elon and Vivek are going to come in and they're going to slash so much shit in the government that people don't understand how much more money businesses are going to be able to make, how much more money people are going to be able to make because of all the regulation cuts, all the decrease in government spending. This is going to be. Hold on. Did we lose him? Bobby. Another Matrix attack from Kamala. Oh, come on. He is frozen on the screen. All right, well, I'll continue to go into the point. But I'm sure Logan and Kamala are trying to attack the stream right now. It was actually tough to console Logan this past week on the fact that Kamala had lost. He was crying a lot, having a mental breakdown. He had to take more anxiety medication and depression medication. He actually got prescribed like 3 or 4 more SSRIs. So he's just been having a mental breakdown. So I mean, I get it. You know, those people are mentally fragile and they can't understand how, so much of America voted for Trumpino and change. So, I feel for them. But let me make sure Bobby's all right. Anyways, what was the point I was making? We're talking about Department of Government Efficiency. So the thing with that is people don't understand how much that's going to open up the economy and open up profitability for companies, which is good for everybody. You want people to be able to make more money and be profitable in this country. Now, you don't want monopolies. You don't want a couple, and when I say a couple, I mean literally 10, 15, 20 people who make all the money and takes it away from everybody else. That's not good. And that's not what these guys are going to do. They're going to make sure that they open up restrictions and regulations so that quote unquote normal people, more normal business people, people who are worth millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars, who have these good, strong companies can continue to become more profitable. What do people do when they're more profitable? They spend more, they hire more, they innovate more, they grow more. This is true. I know this as a business owner. I understand this. The more money that I make, the more money I'm willing to spend to hire other people to do more jobs, to grow my business. That's what good business people do. That's why you don't want to attack the business class. You don't want to attack people who have companies. These are the people who provide the jobs and opportunity for other people. You want them to be profitable. You want them to make more money. I literally know this personally. I make more money. Who do I pay more? I pay more to Ollie. I mean, people know Ollie works for me. I pay more to Ollie. I pay more to I can't pronounce his name. He's in Bangladesh. I pay them more money to do more jobs because we make more money. That's a good thing. So then you can spread the wealth. You can innovate more. You can develop more. And so when these guys open up the country for Americans, you guys are going to see an economic boom that you haven't seen before. And I really mean that. I believe that because people are going to be able to innovate. So much innovation gets halted and stagnated by the regulations and rules that have been put in place by the government. It's gotten so congested to the point that people can't innovate anymore. They can't do anything unless it takes 2.5 years until they get all the regulations and all the paperwork approved, everything that they need to do, the licenses, the zoning, all this, that, and the third. By the time they get everything approved, it's fucking too late. This is why other countries are completely outpacing us in innovation, development, buildings. Just when was the last time that you heard America building something fantastic or building something incredible? We had the Empire State Building, and then name something for me. What else? What else have we built in the last 20 years? I don't know. But then you look at places like Saudi Arabia, you look at places like Dubai, you look at places in the Middle East and China, and they're developing these unbelievable, beautiful cities, skyscrapers, indoor ski resorts, building literally islands to then build real estate on, etc. They're doing these incredible things. And why can they do that? Because they don't have to wait for anybody's fucking approval or go through 10 years of approvals just to be able to build a building, right? The US is getting completely left in the dust in terms of innovation and development from an infrastructure perspective because of how many rules and regulations are in place. That's not good for the country. We want economic prosperity. We want people to make money. We want the money to go into the hands of the citizens, right? The more that the people have money and isn't getting sent over to other countries like fucking Ukraine and these places to fight wars, the better the American people do. Imagine you put those billions and billions of dollars you sent to the Ukraine back into the actual economy to the people inside of the states. It'd be fantastic. Better that money be in my pocket than the motherfucking Ukrainians' pockets. I'd prefer that much more so. So, and then the last point I'll make on the economic prosperity, you guys have to understand, as gentlemen, your job is to identify opportunities, make as much money as humanly possible. You don't understand. You don't understand. If you believed the way that I believe how much money crypto is going to make, you would be all in on crypto right now. Okay. And I'm saying this not because I think crypto is the end all be all, that this should be your identity. This should be the only way that you make money. No, I'm not saying that. I actually think if this is the only thing that you do, it's a bad thing because it doesn't create any kind of mental fortitude or make you some kind of special individual just because you bought a coin and it went up a shit ton. No, I don't think that. I actually don't think that's a good thing. But what I do believe is that if you have the opportunity to make a shit ton of money because you used your brain a little bit and understood where the market and where society was going, you need to do that. Your bloodline is chanting your name right now. They see you seeing the opportunity to literally change your entire bloodline. And you're sitting there like a fucking coward thinking, it's too late. Oh, I'm not sure how to do it. Do it. Do it. The dot-com bubble was a once-in-a-generation opportunity for people to make absolutely absurd amounts of money off of the dot-com bubble back in the 90s and early 2000s. All these billionaires, multi-billionaires came out of that dot-com bubble. Now, for the first time in our generation, we're going to see the same opportunity happen. This is your only chance. This is your only chance to capitalize on it. It's going to be the crypto bubble. You're going to see this bull run and the evaluations on some of these tokens are going to be so fucking outrageous, you're not even going to understand what to do with all the money. And that could be you. That could be you. It's going to be me, right? I made all this money from my other businesses, all this money from sales. I put it into crypto, and now my net worth is double, tripled in the last week, okay? But what are you going to do? What are you going to do? You just going to watch? You're going to stay in the stands like a spectator, like a fucking coward, drinking your beer, eating your hot dogs, looking like a fucking idiot while I'm out on the field, going to fucking war like a gladiator. Whether I win or lose, at least I die on the fucking field like a hero. That's going to be me. I'll be on the field. Whether I win or lose, at least I was in the fucking battleground going to war. But you want to sit up in the stands and take no risk in your life and wonder why you're fucking miserable and why your girlfriend doesn't like you. Motherfuckers. All right, let's get Bobby back in here.
Damn, man.
It's all right. I gave him the fucking juice.
I don't. It's Streamlabs. I did an update last night on it, and now it keeps crashing on me. When Streamlabs crashes, it just crashes my whole computer. Zoom, I can't even restart the computer because it says Streamlabs is still running in the background. So then I had to go through the Finder and close out. I don't know.
I,
So
must
Streamlabs being Streamlabs, you know how it is.
yeah. I just gave them the juice on the opportunity that they have right now with crypto. It's just, do you want to be the man in the arena, or do you want to be that motherfucking coward up in the stands drinking his beer and eating hot dogs watching the game? Did you hear that?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, I mean, you could sit on the sidelines and you could watch other people get rich, or you could actually take some action and you could get involved yourself, which why wouldn't you? I mean, take that extra, couple $100 you get from your paycheck, even if you have a job you hate, right? Go to work with the mindset that you're going to work for some money that's going to change your life and invest it. And listen, I told Priamo this months ago that I have this 401k sitting in this because I've had this job for 3 years and I have this big pile of 401k sitting there that I can't even touch. They won't even let me take it out, right? So you know how much that eats away at me every day when I got $60,000 sitting there that I can't even get into the markets and play with? It makes me angry. It honestly makes me angry that all this capital is going to waste. So every spare couple $1,000s I have, it goes boom, boom, boom right into it, just so I could, look back on it and go, wow, that $60,000 I had in 401k didn't even mean anything. Now I got $6 million in crypto.
Exactly.
So just get involved, put all the money you could into it, and be smart about it.
Correct.
Long-term investing.
Have your big core positions like the boys club. I mean, if you want to buy some Bitcoin and Ethereum, I really wouldn't right now, but if you got some size, hey, maybe I don't know, you got a $10 million to put into Bitcoin, fine, go for it. But yeah, buy your boys club, buy your Pepe, buy your Brett, buy your Andy, buy your Wolf, make those your core positions because you know those are going to go up for sure no matter what. And then play in the trenches a little bit, maybe you hit your 100x. I mean, I hit such a fucking insane play in the trenches a couple of weeks ago. $2.5 million market cap. I bought into Goat Seuss Maximus. That thing's over $1 billion right now. That I don't know if I told you how much that position is now, Bobby, but it's just.
Did you let that ride out? I didn't know if you took profits on that or if you let that ride out or what.
I did take some profits along the way, but the bag is quite fat. I'll just say it. I only put in like $200 because it was just something that I had no idea what would happen with it.
Hmm.
And it's over 50 grand now. I put in, yeah. It was that's what I was saying. It was just a weekend. Me and Logan are sitting on the charts, and the Discord called out the play, right? Because we have our network. Discord calls out the play. I said, all right, fuck it. I literally just threw in $200.
One soul,
That was it. One soul.
more than one soul at the time.
It was, I mean, when you want to talk about, now, keep in mind, that was luck, obviously. That wasn't a, strategic, oh, genius. No, I just saw it. They said, all right, we're jumping in. I was like, cool. Boom, jump in. Next thing you know, it's at $1 billion now. It's just completely outrageous.
But
But
the thing is, those plays happen every day. Like they're there every day. If you, like you said, the one developer, like the developer that developed this new one that you told me about this morning.
uh-huh.
So the potential, maybe not to get like to a couple billion, but the potential is there. If these guys have done it once, why wouldn't they do it again, right? They
Yep.
have the knowledge. They did it one time. They could do it again. And these plays are out there to be had.
Yep. Uh, Peanut the squirrel we just talking about this morning. Hilarious. Stupid meme about the squirrel that got killed a couple of 2 weeks ago at this point. Maybe.
Hmm.
Not even a week ago, week and a half ago. I saw that token as soon as it came out. I didn't see it as soon as it came out. It ran in the first day up to like 30 million market cap. Banger play. Just even if you bought it at the beginning. So I see it run up to $32 million. That's when I looked at it. I looked today, $1.5 billion market cap after a week and a half.
It's crazy.
I was looking at the P&Ls on the deck screener to see who were the top traders. This coin made 15 millionaires in the past week. Just one dude P&L realized gains was like $6 million, and now there's obviously a ton of people who are still holding it that haven't realized their P&L yet, so it's obviously much higher than that. But of the people who've already sold, there's one guy who made 6 million, there's another guy who made 4 million. It's just, but these happen every week. But if you're not paying attention, if you're not taking the chances, now I'm not saying gamble all your money away, because I know idiots who just all they do is put all the money that they have into a Sol account and just gamble on shit coins. No, I'm
Hmm.
not. That is stupid. But you allocate, 5%, 10 10% aggressive, but like 5% of your portfolio, 10% of your portfolio into a
Yeah.
Solana account, and you just want to play some of these shitters and try to hit one. I hit one, right? We hit goat
That's yeah.
Zeus.
Now you got Soul to play with for a year, right? So you got that's the thing. And I have, if you're in this game, you're gonna get burned every once in a while, right? You're gonna invest in one that comes up. So like the one that we talked about the other day, right? I forget what was the name of it. What was the one you told me about the other day?
Ass.
Uh, no, not Ass. It was like a anime cartoon character or something.
Anime.
What was it? I just sold it yesterday, so I don't remember.
Oh, was it Remelia?
Yeah. So at the time when I bought it, right, I liked the chart, but then it came down a significant amount. I was like, ah, damn, might have got burned. And then I woke up the next morning and it was back up past where I bought it. So me going to bed and being like, oh, this coin didn't work out, whatever. And I was like, because it was already down so much, I was just like, if I wake up in the morning, it's down even more, it's already a sunk cost. Then I woke up in the morning and it was back up above where I bought it. So I just, sold it, got out and took my 30%. And moved on.
Perfect. That's it. I mean, that's all it takes is just bang, couple of plays, build up your bag real quick, and then start rotating into your major positions. So that's what I do. I'll make, I'll hit a nice play, right? For example, like the Goat Zeus play, get a banger hit on that, and then I just rotate profits into my major core position. So then I just continue to rotate profits into Brett, Pepe, Andy, Wolf. Just continue to build up those bags. Continue to build up those bags
Mhm.
because once those run, when those run, it's game over because Pepe is going to get listed on Coinbase and Binance. Brett's going to get listed on Coinbase at least, right? They already have.
Yeah, that'll be the first one.
When they list those two, I don't think people understand. I mean, look at how much Peanut ran up. Peanut went from zero a week and a half ago to $1.5 billion. Why? Because it got listed on Binance, which is absurd.
Oh, did it really?
Peanut the squirrel got listed on Binance. That's why it ran up so fucking fast because it ran up from like 100 million to 500 million the day it got listed on Binance, which was a couple of days ago, and then now it's at 1.5 billion.
So that's a good point, and we haven't seen this happen a lot yet, but I think it's going to happen a lot this upcoming cycle. Is that a lot of these Solana memes don't really get listed on major exchanges. You've seen in the past, Doge was a Bitcoin layer two, right? And
Yeah,
then there's the Ethereum ones. Was it layer three?
yeah. So Doge is a fork of Litecoin. Is it Litecoin? Yeah,
Yep,
Litecoin, which
yep.
is a fork of Bitcoin. So it's actually an L3 on top of.
Yeah, so you've seen the Bitcoins and the Ethereum ones that usually get listed, like you said, not even Pepe or Brett yet. Brett's on the base chain, but you've seen the majority of these meme coins that I haven't seen any Solana memes that have actually made it to that point where they're like an established coin that they're willing to put them on exchanges. But the time will come for that, and it will happen for sure. And so if you get positioned correctly before I mean, there's a fine line between getting in too low of the market cap because it's not established yet, but then there's that point where you get beyond the point of diminishing returns, where if you buy up too high, you're not going to make enough money for it to be worth it. But you need to find that sweet spot, which I think is like the 10 to maybe 30 to 40 range, because then you have that range to go up from 10 million up to the 100 million mark, and then everything past that is great returns.
Mm-hmm.
So there's going to come a point where, like, if you said Peanut is on Binance, I believe Peanut is on the Solana network. So
Yep.
you're going to start seeing these established meme coins on the Solana network start to get listed, and then from there, the sky's the limit.
Yeah. It's those exchange listings are no joke. That shit will blow up a coin, and that's exactly what like you said. It's like the first Solana meme that gets listed on Binance, and they listed it with the Act One AI meme coin too. Which when it got listed on Binance, this is why you got to study crime, and this is insane. I believe it got listed at like a $15 million market cap. It wasn't even a large market cap. I have no idea how it got listed on Binance, but as soon as it gets listed on Binance, guess what? It's at a half a million or half a billion now. So those exchange listings are fucking insane. So you get a Pepe on a Binance, which is already at 5 or 6 billion right now. You get a Bread on a Coinbase. It's gonna. Brett gets listed on Coinbase. You guys will not hear from me again.
Promo's gone.
I'm gone. I'll buy an island in the Bahamas. Now I'll still be here, but just so you guys understand, if Brett gets listed on Coinbase with Pepe, I'm good. I'm done. I'm buying an 812 super fast. I'm going to Europe. I'll be there for a year. Don't talk to me. But that's what's going to happen with the exchange listing. So you're early. You're still early to this cycle. Coinbase and Binance are going to start listing these things as the bull run starts heating up. But Q1 is where you're going to see a lot of these listings, and you're going to see these things start to light on fire. I mean, look at Doge. Doge went from a $25 billion market cap to $60 billion in the course of a week.
Mm-hmm.
That's how much money is on Robinhood and Coinbase. Brett is at 1 billion market cap. Brett gets listed on Coinbase. You don't think that thing's not going to 25 billion, 30 billion?
At least.
At least.
Yeah, and Pepe's the same way. Pepe, I think, is kind of the sleeper in all of the meme coins right now because it hasn't performed to what we think it can perform to, which I think it will. It's gonna run. It's just a matter of time. But when you take a step back and look at the meme coin market right now, there's like we said, there's Doge, there's Shiba running up, all these in these top 10. But now this cycle, you're going to see a lot more different meme coins start to break in in the top 100 coins, and the top 100 coins they're all $1 billion. Like everything in the top 100 is like 1 billion and up. The last time I looked at it on CoinGecko, so once you start seeing these meme coins start popping up in there, it's going to flood the market with good meme coins. And if you could just position your backs correctly, like we have over the past 3 months, just buying the dips, buying Brett, buying Pepe, Land Wolf, all the ones we talk about. It's just a matter of time. And I think Solana is the next step in that. So I actually had a question for you, and I think it's very interesting. I follow Solana on X, and their account's actually really good. If you don't follow them, give Solana a follow on X. So what they tweeted something out last night. They're like, we want a like people who own businesses to list their business as a Solana coin. So they want a business as opposed to going public on the stock exchange. They want you to list your company's coins, shares on Solana. So what is your take on, just individuals who can create coins that maybe has a backing of a company? Maybe you just have a small business and that you could list a coin. And if your business is good enough, you're going to get funding through the Solana network and people that want to buy in. So, I mean, is it a bad idea for small businesses to create coins for their business?
I think that's I think that's a fantastic idea. The only issue would be if it's a very small business, that would be an issue because you need a lot of liquidity to pump your coin, and there's going to be a lot of JEETs. There's going to be a lot of people who are trying to sell for profits. It's just how crypto is. So it would be difficult to do well, I believe, if you're simply just a small business. But if you're a larger company that has some people know your company, people know what you do, you're big enough, then that would make a ton of sense. And it would make way more sense in the stock market because the new generation isn't going to the stock market. The new generation's going to crypto. So if you want to get funding for your company and you want to get that new generation, that new liquidity into your company, then yeah, I would go for a crypto coin. I think that's a fantastic idea because a stock is the same thing as a crypto coin. The only difference is that crypto is a lot more. You actually have ownership over the asset in your own wallet. You have the custody of it. It's not just on a stock exchange or on a broker account, and it's a lot easier to move around, right? I've made this point before. A stock is just an asset. You can't take your Apple stock to the fucking grocery store and just pay for shit with it, right? Crypto doubles as an asset and a monetary system, a form of exchange, an exchange of value of a fucking currency. So it would make more sense in that sense too, because then people can literally buy a company and then use that company's token to buy shit too. They don't even have to liquidate it. They just go to the grocery store and pay for it. They just did that with Land Wolf. Land Wolf, you can have a debit card now, or you can spend your Land Wolf at the grocery store. Use it as a debit card. right?
Well, so do you use what kind of like what's your like your main exchange you use for like when if you're gonna cash crypto out into USD? Is it Binance or
I would use Binance. You can't use, unfortunately.
I don't use Binance, so I don't know.
Yeah, Binance. I had to get all my money off of Binance. I believe it was last year because the U.S. put regulations on Binance. This is why, again, Trump is so bullish. He's going to remove all these regulations. Binance, you can't put U.S. dollars on there anymore or cash it out.
Mm,
You can only do crypto. So they got in trouble. They put the CEO in fucking jail. CZ just got out.
yeah, I saw that.
So yeah, Coinbase. If I'm gonna
Yeah,
get
Coinbase.
cash, yeah, I would use
Hmm.
Coinbase.
Yeah, same here. And just where I was going with that is that once you put your money into these, because once you put your money on these exchanges, you want to get it off easily, and Coinbase gives you the option to have the Visa card. I don't know if you have a Visa card through Coinbase. Um,
No,
I you have the option to go on and request one. So then, like whatever your USDC balance is in Coinbase, you could just swipe that at the store. So
boom.
it's through Visa, and that's what I'll do eventually. I don't want to spend any money yet, so that's why I
No,
haven't
no,
ordered
no.
the card. But when that time comes and you do want to use it, you got to make sure that you're prepared. And I think that's a great way to do it. Visa card through Coinbase. All you have to do is have your coins in USDC, and then you could spend all your money there.
And you know what's even better about that, ladies and gentlemen? You got your USDC and your Coinbase, which I wouldn't necessarily actually recommend this because you can get way higher APYs on different protocols. Like one of them I know is about 15 to 18%, which is what I'm going to use at the end of this bull run. At the end of the bull run, when I cash out all my meme coins and the stable coins, I'm just going to toss into this 16, 17% APY, and I'm just going to print 15, 20 grand a month
Hmm.
off of that, which is going to be sick. But yeah, if you go on Coinbase, if you hold your money in USDC, not only can you spend it, but it's also going to earn you a 5.1% APY. That's higher than any high yield savings account that you can get. So
Yep.
now you just literally sit your money in US dollars on Coinbase and you're earning 5% a year. You know what I'm saying? Like there's people say they can't make money, they can't figure it out, but it's just because they don't educate themselves. They don't look. People are printing money in crypto all the time. I know somebody who they have a little bit over $1 million held up in Aave under a earning that 17% yield per year, and that's literally
Hmm.
the money that they live off of. They just
I I was gonna say that. I was gonna say you could live off of that money.
yeah makes like 15 grand a month, cashes out the 15K, and that's just he just lives and he travels.
So that's good. Like think about this, guys. If you have $1 million in USDC, getting 5%, 5.1% a year, you're making $51,000, which is, I think the average salary in the United States is like 60 some. So you're almost making the average salary of what an American citizen makes just by having your money parked there. So now you have $50,000 of disposable income each year that you could live off of. You could get rent, you could go groceries, you could do a car payment of a cheap car, all within 50 grand. So you could live off of, if you can make $1 million in crypto, park it in a different APY, but like Priyama said, there's way higher ones.
You make $4,200 a month if you got a million making 5%.
That's a
4,200.
salary. That's a salary for people.
So yeah, exactly right. You just have to understand this is why the rich get richer. People have to understand when you have a certain amount of money, you're you're good. People
Hmm.
don't realize that. Like once you have a couple $1 million at least, you just earn a good return per year on your money. You don't. That's your salary, and so that's my next goal is because I have an active income right now, and then I have all my crypto and all this shit. My goal is now by the end of this bull run, once I cash out, to then completely transfer over to a passive income, and then my passive income will pay for my living expenses, and then all my extra income will then become just more money that I'm stacking up and then investing and all that kind of shit. But I want to be able to live off of pay all of my recurring expenses off of my passive APY, right?
Yeah.
And that's the goal for everybody. That's what you gotta do. You gotta fucking build it up, and then you gotta put yourself in that kind of position.
And that's a thing that people don't realize too, is that money is just a tool. And that's why these Wall Street guys and these financial institutions, they know how to use money as a tool. And they've built these systems where you could get percentage of your money. Just like I know, I'm sure people crypto understand this, but you can make 10%, 20%, 30% of your money just by the valuation of the asset that you have your money in.
Mm-hmm.
So if there's these tools out here and money is just a tool, you have to just put your money into it because some people are scared of, oh, I don't want to lose money. Well, it's the greatest saying of all time, scared money doesn't make money. So if you don't put your money into action and you just have it parked in a bank account, it's never going to make you money.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to get the money into the markets where it could actually be used properly. That's where money is supposed to be. It's supposed to be in the markets, working percentages, and you have to understand this stuff. That's like Priyama said, the rich get richer. Wall Street is not everybody on Wall Street's a millionaire because they just, they take their check from Goldman Sachs and they put it in their Wells Fargo account. No, they're millionaires because they take their money and they risk it into private equity and they risk it into stocks, now crypto. So these are just things that you could learn and you could do with
Mm-hmm.
your money.
Mm-hmm. Um, I was just while you were talking, Bitcoin again pumping,
Is
hilarious. Like
it?
you just can't even, you literally can't even hold it down. They're trying their best. Bitcoin, if you look at the hourly on TradingView, it wicked all the way up to 90,000, and then the TradFi they're trying to nuke it again so they can buy it because it literally just keeps pumping.
It's John Wicken.
Yeah, it's John Wick, and yeah, it wicked up all the way to 90K, and they instant nuked it back down to 89. They're trying their best to try to not get themselves fucked. Yeah, shit's pumping. And if you look at Andy, Andy's putting in a meat stick right now too. My Andy just jumped up a shit ton. So, like I said, ladies and
Yep.
gentlemen, you own Boys Club, you're going to be retired by the end of this cycle. Pepe is also putting in a massive, massive, massive meat stick. Oh yeah, Pepe's fucking ripping. Holy shit, boys.
Is it? I gotta check out my portfolio. I haven't looked at my
Oh
portfolio
my
this morning.
goodness. Oh my goodness.
Oh, Pepe's got a fat 25% this
Oh,
morning.
oh, it's pumping. Oh, boys, we're pumping. Welp. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Pepe is, see, we've been talking about it. Pepe is literally has been waiting to break out. And Pepe is breaking out right now. Holy shit. Yeah, Pepe, once Pepe gets listed, you guys have to understand, once Pepe gets listed on an exchange, it's fucking game over. Like, it's not even on Binance, it's not on Coinbase. This shit is about to go fucking parabolic. Cool. All right.
So much stuff to be excited about in
Yeah.
this past week, and so much to learn still. We're gonna make so much fucking money here this next 6 months. It's gonna be unreal.
It's gonna be sick, Bobby. I can't wait. Happy you're a part of it, player. Happy that we're doing this. Happy
Oh,
that
for sure.
Bauer's a part of it. It's good to have, that's the whole point of having a crew. This is why you got networks like this. Is you gotta make money together. Once we all win, I mean, yeah, that's what it's about. It's like it's no fun being the only person with money. It's like you want everybody to be fucking rich. So do you have? I know you have Boys Club. Do you have Pepe?
Hmm. Oh yeah,
Nice.
tens of millions of coins.
Ah, come on, Pepe with the meat stick. This shit ain't. Oh my god, it's still going too. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's a good day to be in crypto, huh?
Yeah. Anything else you got? Anything else you wanted to talk about?
Nah,
Any other current events? I can't think of anything besides crypto. I've just been engulfed in the crypto world, just trying to make money because it's been so popping these past couple days that I've been so focused on it. But
yep.
nothing else really. I've been just working.
I agree. Yeah, just 24/7 hustling. That's all me and Bobby do all day, every single day. Is just working, 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 making money, making income, investing, investing, investing. That's just all it is. So outside of that, yeah, I'm good to go, ladies and gentlemen. Get inside the Taylor's Code. Links in the description. We'll teach you about crypto, teach you how to invest. Bobby will teach you about e-commerce, get you up a store up and running so you can actually generate an income for yourself so then you can invest into crypto. Bobby just launched a TikTok shop store, right?
Yep, TikTok shop store, the crypto merch. I'm actually live on there right now, so it's broadcasting straight to there. So if you guys are watching it, check out the TikTok shop. It's right below you. Click on it, watch it. We got some Bitcoin merch, we got Brett merch, Ethereum, all different kinds of stuff. I'm gonna you gotta start wearing it on the live stream here next time you guys see me.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna get the gentleman some merch as well.
Fantastic. I'm all in on that. I'll let the people know too on Instagram. I'll let them know that you got the TikTok shop open. Yeah, get your crypto merch right now. Get that Pepe, get that Brett, get that Boys Club merch. Support the brand, support the tokens because you got to work for your bags, baby. You got to help the
Hmm.
community. You got to grow the community. Brett's got like 600,000 holders. Pepe has 300,000. Think about that. Brett has double the holders than Pepe does. And look what Pepe's doing. Brett's going to be fucking, oh my goodness. I've been saying Brett
I
since
know.
Bobby
Since
knows, like March or April. I bought Brett at $300 million market cap. It's at 1 billion now. So I printed off of Brett that first run up in the spring. Brett's going to go to multiple deca billions. So
it's so young. You got to think about how young it is. Like these other coins, Shiba, Doge, all these other big ones, like they've been around 5 years at this point, and look at what they're at.
yep.
If you're getting in early, you're a pioneer of the coin. It's only gonna go up.
Yep. Yeah, it's so early. That's what I'm saying. It's not even listed on any exchanges yet. It's not even listed on Coinbase yet. And I just know they're gonna list it. They literally named it in the Coinbase wallet. When you look at the description of Brett, the mascot of the base chain. You don't think Coinbase is financially incentivized to literally list the largest market cap token on their entire L2 on Ethereum that they make money off of? Yeah, they're probably incentivized to do that. So you think they're not going to list it? Bro, when that shit gets listed on Coinbase, everybody's going to buy that. Every normie's going to buy Brett.
Speaking of the base network, is there any other base coins you like on there?
No, actually, I
Yeah,
don't.
I don't, there's none that I really see on there either.
Because the way I look at it is it going to outperform Brett? Or am I confident that it's going to outperform Brett? Maybe something does, but am I confident, willing to bet on it? No. It's
Yeah.
just I'll just buy more Brett if I want to bet on the base chain.
Yeah, I agree. I don't ever see it's weird because I recently transferred. I had a lot of Brett on base on the Coinbase wallet, but I also have once Phantom wallet came out with the base like
Nice.
edition,
Yep.
I transferred a lot of it from my Coinbase wallet into the Phantom wallet because now they have the base network on there. But when I did that, for some reason, all these other like base network shitter coins just like came along with it. I don't know if people were sending it to me or what, but now I have like all these random base network coins. I'm like, where do these come from?
Right. Yeah, people send those to random wallets to try to boost the holder count.
Oh, is that what they do? I was gonna say,
Yeah.
like, I didn't fucking buy these coins.
Yeah, they do that so they can try to yeah, they literally just up the holder count like that so it looks better on Dex Screener and Dex Tools. And because base is literally free for transactions, it's especially
Oh, yeah.
yeah. So they'll just send it to 100,000 wallets. It'll be fucking free. All right, player. Well, yeah, that's all for
All
me.
right.
Good to go. All
Yep. Yeah, that's it.
right, let me go ahead.
Have a good week, everyone.
Yeah, see you guys inside the Taylor's Code, and let's go make some fucking money, gentlemen. Let me do. I always got to figure this shit out. Stream ending. Boom. I gotta get that.